Hi, I'm Robin and I'm a product manager.
Hello, I'm Julie Elston. I'm a product manager for Alpha Laboratories.
My name's Angel and I'm a product manager for Alpha, and I take care of the majority of the products for the haematology range.
Who or what inspired you to pursue a career in science?
I've always loved learning about how the world works around me, and in particular, science is key for that. I know I figured out in A-level that I definitely wanted to do biochemistry as a degree as I was studying general biology, because it really went in depth about how the world works around us, particularly at the level that we can't see with the naked eye, and I found it so fascinating to sort of understand how it all worked. I've also really always enjoyed puzzle solving, and I've always liked the idea of one day figuring out the solution to some big problem, whether it's genetic, pharmaceutical or medical.
I was very interested at school in biology, nature, the environment, so when I chose my A-level subjects I made sure that they incorporated biology and environmental studies, and during the A-level biology I had to do a project and I chose to do one in microbiology, looking at different toothpaste and making discs of paper covered in different toothpaste, and then I took swabs of my friends' mouths and grew up bacteria and had a look at the impact of toothpaste on the bacteria, and it was really interesting, and it really motivated me to think about trying to pursue a career in science, in biology and in microbiology specifically. As I was finishing my A-levels I saw a job vacancy for a microbiology company in the town where I was living, and so I applied for the job. I talked all about my A-level project and they must have been impressed because I got the job, and that's where I started off in microbiology and in science.
I think the main people that in my life that have inspired me would be my parents. They both work for the NHS, so I've got exposure to kind of healthcare and science a lot earlier on and how they impact people's lives essentially. As well as, I think, science, for me, I've been always naturally curious about things and I ask a lot of questions, and I think that's made me lean towards kind of STEM subjects and ultimately a career in science.
What educational pathway did you choose?
I essentially did my A-levels and then I went into university doing biomedical science. And it was quite a broad subject because I didn't know exactly what to do, in a sense that I didn't know if I wanted to do just healthcare or I wanted to pursue something more commercial, but in a sense I got to explore that outside. I worked for the NHS for about 1.5 years and I enjoyed the lab work, but I decided I needed a more interactive role, hence moving towards a more commercial role. And that's just advice for the fact that whatever you choose is not set in stone. You can always explore different areas that you want to do or you think you are interested in. So there's always opportunities to change what you've chosen already. It's not all set.
I started from A-levels, and then while I was working at this company, Oxoid Limited, I was able to do part-time day release studies. So I did an HNC in applied biology, and then I went on to do a BSc honours degree in applied biology, specialising in microbiology. So I was able to learn and do my studies whilst also working, which was a really positive way of doing study actually, because it meant I was far more experienced in a practical sense whilst I was studying as well.
What advice would you give to women and girls who are considering a career in science?
I would say absolutely go for it. The greatest scientists that we have today are women. Some of the greatest scientists in history are women. In fact, Mary Somerville, who is a Scottish scientist, had the term scientist coined for her because her research was so spread across various studies of science that there wasn't one specialism that could be attributed to her.
My main advice would be to not be afraid to ask questions. The more that you ask, the more confident you'll feel. And this could be in general life, like the people in your life and what kind of career paths they've chosen, as well as in your work or at school or at college or whatever you're doing. It's just the more that you ask, the more confident you'll feel.
If you're passionate about something and you're interested in something, then pursue it. It's a really good thing to be working in an environment where you really enjoy the subject and you're really interested in it, inspires you every day to learn more, ask lots of questions, don't take no for an answer. And if you've got an opportunity to even do some day release work or a project during studies that involves working at an organisation, then try and get that experience, because it will really give you a good idea if that's what you'd like to do as a job. And it also is good to put on your CV to expand your experience by showing that you've been willing to go out and explore those opportunities. So, but just if you're interested in something, just go for it.
I would say that we need you in science, because you may take a look at the records in history of how much of the science that we know was founded by men, but when women come into the picture, they redefine the way that we look at things and the way that we solve problems. So we absolutely need you to take a look at everything we already know and figure out how we could see it differently.